will still be dangerous, even on death row.
Eric Williams is a master manipulator. He is a very intelligent human being, and he's a very deadly, proficient killer. I think he's going to be a threat to the prison guards, and I think he's going to be a threat to anybody else in prison.
You're making him sound like Hannibal Lecter.
This is a man who killed 3 people in cold blood simply because they prosecuted him for stealing computer monitors.
Kim Williams pleaded guilty to the murder of Cynthia, and for her cooperation, the other charges were disposed of. She was sentenced to 40 years in prison, avoiding the death penalty.
I'll never forget Mike and Cynthia or Mark.
Will you ever be over this?
No, I'm not over it. I know I never will be. I don't think any of us will be, ever.
But as tragic as all this was, believe it or not, something good came out of it. During the long ordeal, Christina and that cop from Dallas, C.J. Tomlinson, fell in love. Their families had been great friends for a long time. Cynthia McClelland had always tried to play matchmaker.
Cynthia pretty much told me that that was going to happen, and she was right. She got me.
I can only imagine how happy your mom would be if she's looking down that you two are together.
I can't even imagine. She would be just doing some sort of weird dance that I told you so, and I'm sure she's thrilled. And you know, we got married on her birthday, so that would have made her ecstatic.
That's all for this edition of Dateline. We'll see you again Sunday and next Friday, both at 9, 8 Central. I'm Lester Holt. For all of us at NBC News, good night.
Live, local, from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 11. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. Damp and cloudy weather to start your weekend.
Can we expect any kind of drier day tomorrow? Hopefully. Storm Team 5 meteorologist Steve Weigel in the Weather Center to break it all down for you, Steve.
Well, the earlier you get out, the better, because the showers and maybe even a thunderstorm popping up again as we head into Saturday. Here's a look at the radar tonight. Lots of clouds around. It was a really damp and dreary day with even a mist, a drizzle across South Florida, something that we don't typically see here other than a couple times a year. Current temperatures are in the 60s and low 70s. In Palm Beach County, it's cooler on the Treasure Coast and pretty much rain-free as we get into the late evening and overnight hours. A shower is possible, but nothing significant. Hour by hour into tomorrow morning, though, the winds pick up again. Obviously not a lot of sunshine here, often on showers during the morning. And some of the computer models want to spin up a thunderstorm or two as we get into the afternoon. So we're watching that closely. I'll have your forecast through the weekend, let you know if we'll see any sunshine by Sunday coming up.
New at 11, punishing hit and run drivers in Florida may have just gotten a lot harder. The Florida Supreme Court has ruled they cannot be prosecuted for leaving the scene of an accident unless they knew they were involved in a crash. The ruling stems from a local hit and run case in Boca Raton, and News Channel 5's Michelle Casada spoke to the victim's family today. She is live with reaction. Michelle.
Michael, 8 years ago, a 15-year-old boy was hit near this intersection at A1A and Palmetto Park Road. The driver claims he didn't know he hit the teen, even though the boy was dragged by the vehicle. Now that young man is 23 years old today, and his parents say they still don't have justice.
And it said, if we have to go back to court, we're going for you.
23-year-old Nicholas Savanon was in a coma for 3 months. He didn't speak for 9 months, and it took him over a year to walk again.
He's come a long, long way, so we're very lucky, though.
His mother, Lydia Savanon, says he doesn't remember anything about the day he was hit on A1A while riding his skateboard. The driver, Zachariah Dorset of Coral Springs, claims he didn't know he hit the then teenage boy.
It's a big deal, we could all just say, well, I didn't know.
Now, Dorset, we reached out to him earlier this evening, and he said he did not want to comment on the ruling or the case. The Savanons say that they're ready to go back to court if the case is retried. Now, attorneys say that right now, this does not affect any convictions that were already made by other cases. This is only moving forward. Prosecutors will have to have a stronger case moving forward. Reporting live from Boca Raton, Michelle Casada, WPTV News, Channel 5.
New at 11, 5 days after a shootout on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University wounded 3 students. We have learned one of the victims is from Palm Beach County. The shooting happened in the school's parking lot in the Daytona Beach school. Freshman Dwayne Jones was first thought to only be grazed in the head, but 2 days after the shooting, Jones went to the ER with a nagging headache. That's when doctors found pieces of the bullet still in his head.
It was like a 15-minute visit turned into like a 5-hour visit. I'm not angry. I'm more so grateful.
The 2 shooters are still on the loose. There is a $15,000 reward for their arrests.
Tonight, a warning from police. Think twice before you ever open your front door. Port St. Lucie police say potential thieves are targeting people pretending to be city employees there so they can get inside homes. News Channel 5's Elizabeth Harrington spoke with one of the victims, and she's live for us tonight in Port St. Lucie. Elizabeth.
Police here have received 2 reports in the past week, and these reports are very similar. The victims are all elderly women, and the suspects are trying to distract them. Last week, a man showed up at the home of Texava Byrne.
So I just opened the door a little ways like this to talk to him.
She says the man claimed to be with the Port St. Lucie Water Department and said there was a water main break.
So he followed me in. He said, and he ran over here and he turned this on. He said, I've got to check this hot water. I've got to see if you've got water. He said, we've got to find out who's on that main line.
But that man wasn't alone. 2 others showed up.
So then when I looked up and saw that guy crouched clear down, running across that hallway, I said, well, now there's a 3rd person.
Byrne and her daughter, Mary Ann, ordered them to leave.
I said, I would think if you were city employees, you would have photo ID badges or something. And they kept apologizing, saying, we're sorry, ma'am.
Port St. Lucie police say the men don't work for the water department. Instead, they're using distraction tactics to steal.
Well, of course, ever since then, we've been scared to death.
The same thing happened Thursday in this neighborhood on Southworth Terrace, a place where kids play baseball, the last place you would expect a crime. The 3 men haven't been caught, and that's why the Byrnes added surveillance cameras around their house.
We're just so rattled, you know, it all happened so quick.
Police say nothing was stolen, but it did scare the victims. Their advice, always ask for ID before allowing anyone inside your house. Live here in Port St. Lucie, Elizabeth Harrington, WPTV News Channel 5.
Breaking news, a South Florida police chief is arrested in a prostitution sting. We just got the mugshot of Miami Gardens police chief Stephen Johnson. Investigators say he solicited a prostitute in Broward County in the city of Dania Beach. Tonight, the police department said Johnson's employment with the city has been terminated. Johnson is being held at the Broward County Jail on $300 bond.
Right now, Congress has approved a bill that will fund the Department of Homeland Security for 1 week. That bill goes to President Obama's desk for signature. All of this a few hours after the House in a surprise move. As you look at part of the issue going on, the issue revolving around immigration policy, they had rejected a bill to grant the department a 3-week extension. 2 earlier attempts by Congress to fund the agency failed today. And again, at the heart of the funding, the images here explain that. It's a battle over immigration. The president wants to extend protection to millions of illegal immigrants here. Many conservatives in the Congress do not. So they've tied immigration into Homeland Security funding. But for right now, they've unraveled it for the moment. And the funding will go on at least for a week. But the fight is far, far from over.
While the funding battle may be delayed a week here in South Florida, the Palm Beach County Sheriff says that any shutdown will not affect security here.
Not going to affect what we're doing here locally and our vigilance as far as what we're doing with our coastline and our relationship with the Joint Terrorist Task Force any way whatsoever.
Sheriff Bradshaw also says no jobs will be lost and furloughs would not be going into effect.
An outbreak of a gastrointestinal illness forced Berean Christian School to close early today. School authorities say more than a dozen children are sick. Administrators decided to release them early due to possible crossover problems between siblings who attend the school. Berean Christian asking parents if their children became ill to, of course, contact the school, and they'll be thoroughly cleaning the building over the weekend.
A Boca Raton clothing store was broken into twice in less than 2 weeks. We have surveillance footage from the most recent break-in at Mario Pucci of Boca Raton. There it is. The owner says this happened Wednesday morning. The thief got away with $40,000 worth of clothes. The owner wonders if the high-end merchandise attracted the thief.
I feel terribly violated. It's a very, very bad feeling. I wouldn't want anybody else to have to go through the same thing.
Andrew believes it is the same person who was caught on camera breaking in 12 days earlier. If you have any information on this robbery, call the Boca Raton Police Department.
Cuban and U.S. officials are working to ease relations between the two countries, something we've been talking about for months now. Today, a sit-down in Washington focused on trying to resolve issues related to opening embassies, one in Washington and one in Havana. It's the second round of negotiations since December. The biggest hurdle right now, Cuba's insistence that it must be removed from the U.S. terrorist list. The State Department says Cuba is worrying about its place on the list, and that could delay the opening of embassies in both countries.
Right now, investigators in Missouri are trying to figure out what caused a man to go on a killing spree. It took place at 4 different homes in Tyrone, Missouri. In all, 8 people were shot to death, including the suspect, Joseph Jesse Aldridge. Aldridge is suspected of having gone on a house-to-house rampage, possibly after finding his mother dead of natural causes in their home. Police say it appears that the victims are related in some way to Aldridge, but they've not released their exact relationships.
The Fort Pierce Inlet is now on day 3 of its closure, and many people are wondering how long it will be before it is fully opened again. The Army Corps of Engineers is in charge of removing, as you look at businesses near the inlet that count on marine traffic. They're busy trying to figure out how to remove a 100-foot barge at the bottom of the inlet. It sank a few days ago. 1 person died in that accident. Local businesses feeling the impact. Cami Salin, the manager of Treasure Coast Boat Rentals, Bait and Tackle. Each day the inlet's closed to most marine traffic. She loses thousands in revenue. And tonight we've learned the Corps may not even have a plan on how to remove the barge until Monday.
The discharges are once again flowing out of Lake Okeechobee after a week-long hiatus. The water is flowing into the St. Lucie River and estuary. The Army Corps of Engineers says the lake level has not changed from the start of the month, which is why workers will increase the amount of the discharges. Right now, the lake is at just over 14.5 feet, the highest level for this time of year since 2006.
It was a soggy day, to say the least, out at the Honda Classic, but that did not stop fans from getting out there to try and watch their favorites.
That's right. Day 2 was plagued by delays that set the entire field of golfers back for several hours. During the downpours, the merchandise tent saw a steady rush. Rain ponchos, jackets, hats, lots of fresh, dry socks flew off the shelves.
Cap and 2 ponchos? Yes. Stay dry. As soon as the rain comes, it's almost like a big player left the course.
Only half the field finished its second round. The other half will have to complete it tomorrow morning. We'll have much more in today's leaders from the Honda coming up in sports. And if you can't make it out to the Honda Classic this weekend, don't worry. We'll have you covered. Keep up each day of the tournament as we take pictures throughout the event. You'll find the web galleries on the main page of WPTV.com.
WPTV News Channel 5 is back in just 60 seconds. They're supposed to be there to protect you at a moment's notice. Why it took Florida deputies in one case 2 hours to respond to a 911 call.
A South Florida police officer lands on the wrong side of the law. The underhanded trick authorities say he used to avoid the same fees that we all pay nearly every day.
And mourning a sci-fi icon, we look at the stellar career of Leonard Nimoy.
Hey guys, Josh Hutcherson is here. Plus, we have Abby Jacobson, Alana Glazer, Cooking with Chef Michael Slough, and thank you, Nose. You gotta watch Raw next. It's good.
It's huge. It's bigger than you can imagine. It's Edmore's Delray Toyota's Monumental Sales Event. Get monumental savings on a new 2015 Camry LE. $199 a month, 0 down. Or buy for $19,588. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
It's Mattress Firm's coupon sale with coupon savings of up to $500 on all the best brands. Like Serta memory foam mattress sets. Save $100 off our everyday low price. Plus take an additional $200 off. Final price just $498.99. And it's the final days to save up to $200 on select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets before prices go up. And sleep interest-free until 2018. Plus, save even more when you hashtag Sleep Happy. Only at Mattress Firm.
Edmore's Delray Toyota will get you monumental savings on the Toyota you want during the monumental sales event. Get new 2015 RAV4s, $239 a month, 0 down, or buy for $21,488. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
Is an important part of your vehicle putting you at risk for a wreck? AAA says thousands of crashes happen every year due to bad tires, but now one Florida lawmaker trying to help crack down on the sale of used tires in order to cut down on accidents. Senator Greg Evers of Pensacola is proposing a ban on the sale of used tires with low tread, bad repairs, and visible damage. Right now, there are not any standards on the books for used tires, and tires are supposed to be inspected before they're sold, but not every tire gets that thorough once-over.
There's places that hire people who don't have a clue how to even repair a used tire.
The measure is also aimed at protecting you from businesses that might take advantage of what you don't know about tires.
If you called 911 to report a break-in at your neighbor's home, how long do you think it would take law enforcement to arrive? Well, in one Orlando neighborhood, it turned out the answer was 2 hours. Sean Pride says he was trying to do the right thing by calling for help when he saw crooks break down his neighbor's front door. But by the time the deputies arrived, the thieves were gone, and so was his neighbor's 60-inch TV.
The dispatcher told me, oh, well, I have to transfer you to Orange County. How fast you think they will respond to one of their houses? Do you think it'll be 2 hours?
Dispatchers say tonight that one of the reasons it took so long for deputies to arrive was there was confusion about whose jurisdiction this Richmond Heights house is in.
New at 11, Florida lawmakers are trying to pass a bill that would place the lottery winnings of sex offenders in escrow. The bill would give their victims an opportunity to resolve any claims by placing the winnings in an account for 1 year. The proposal would also put a hold on any prize of $600 or more if a winner has an outstanding debt to a state agency or owes child support. Investigators are trying to find out what caused a deadly explosion, Kelly, at a home in Sarasota. Crews are combing through the debris left behind from yesterday's blast. One person died in the explosion. Smoke still rising from the home this morning. Tonight, firefighters keeping their eye on hotspots and flare-ups.
Tonight, a South Florida detective faces felony charges for allegedly using stolen license plates to avoid tolls on the turnpike. Sweetwater Police Detective Octavio Alou surrendered Thursday, more than a year after he was suspended from his department. A highway patrol trooper stopped Alou's SUV, ran a computer check of the Michigan license plate, and found it had been reported stolen. The detective is accused of racking up more than 500 SunPass toll violations and red light camera citations. A health alert tonight. High levels of nicotine were found in the hair of many children with a premature birth-related lung disease, even though their parents claimed they never smoked. 22% whose parents said they lived in a non-smoking home had hair nicotine levels as high as children who lived in homes where smoking did occur. This means either parents provided inaccurate information or the children were exposed to tobacco somewhere else. Researchers suggest living in multi-unit housing may have resulted in tobacco smoke exposure.
We traveled beside him on the mythical Starship Enterprise from one corner of the galaxy to the other. Tonight, the world is saying goodbye to legendary actor Leonard Nimoy, dead at the age of 83 from a battle with pulmonary disease. Nimoy's career spanned nearly 7 decades across TV, movies, the stage, all of that. But he'll be remembered as the always logical, fascinating, his word, Mr. Spock in the iconic series Star Trek.
Born in Boston in 1931, Leonard Simon Nimoy, the son of Jewish immigrants from Russia, was acting in a neighborhood theater by age 8. Once in California, as a young man, he began acting with roles in B films like Them and guest spots on TV shows to include The Virginian and The Man from U.N.C.L.E., where he would meet fellow Star Trek cast members William Shatner and DeForest Kelley.
I always thought I would find my work in playing varied kinds of people. And I enjoyed doing that, and then along came Spock.
It was 1965 when Nimoy was cast in the role of Mr. Spock in a pilot called Star Trek. It initially failed, but when a new pilot and show was rewritten and recast, only Nimoy remained in his role as Spock. The new, more diverse Star Trek would run for just 3 years. Nimoy would go on to play Spock in 6 more original Star Trek movies, 2 television spin-offs, and a relaunch of the film franchise in 2009. After more than 250 roles in a career that spanned more than 6 decades, it will be the logical, pointy-eared alien Spock for which he'll be always remembered.
Live long and prosper.
One of the last messages from Nimoy came from his Twitter account days ago. He said, quote, "A life is like a garden. Perfect moments can be had but not preserved except in memory." And then he put LLAP, live long and prosper. Since Nimoy's death was announced, the message has been retweeted by thousands of fans worldwide.
And what you couldn't see while that whole piece was airing was that every time the scene changed, he could quote what he was saying at that time. It's like the people that know Seinfeld really well and everything. You knew every scene.
Well, there were only 79 episodes in the original.
Oh, that's all. Oh, that's all.
Anyway,
exactly.
he really was one of the great iconic figures
I
in
know.
television entertainment. Nobody will doubt that. Even if they didn't like Star Trek, people say,
Exactly.
"Oh, Spock, I know who that is."
Yeah.
Did you watch
Absolutely.
Star Trek as a
Oh,
kid?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that some of the movies that followed, too,
Yeah.
were really, really good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really an outpouring in the sci-fi world
Absolutely.
today.
I
to be
know
sure.
it for sure. A giant in the sci-fi world.
An outpouring in sci-fi and a regular pouring at the Honda today.
That's right.
Wow, yeah, it came down in buckets a couple of times, and they had to delay by almost 4 hours. So they're hoping to get everyone through tomorrow, and let's take a look and see if that'll happen. There's a look at the radar tonight. It's still busy on the radar, not so much with the rainfall, but with the clouds and the showers. We have a stalled front over South Florida that's not going anywhere anytime soon. So no big surprises into the overnight. We had some pretty good moving showers around West Palm, Lake Worth, Lake Clark shores. They fizzled out in the last few. There's still some rainfall around 27 way back to the west. That won't be an issue overnight. And there's the Treasure Coast, a mix of actually mid-50s around the lake and almost 70 along the coastline. And it should overall stay quiet, other than this drizzle that's around, which is very unusual for Florida, especially this time of year. So here's your early morning forecast hour by hour. You can see not a lot of sunshine. We may get a few sunny breaks. We will pick up a few showers in the morning, but by the afternoon, several of our really good computer models want to pick up on some good rain chances starting at about 1 to 2 p.m. and continuing into the late afternoon hours too. And a couple of them, you want to bring in a rumble of thunder, so we're going to watch for that. So the Honda Classic, bring a jacket. You may need an umbrella too. As you head out in the morning, shouldn't be too bad, but by the afternoon, the showers and the wet weather popping up. It won't be everywhere, it won't be widespread, but there'll definitely be some rain here and there. Sunday looks a little bit drier for the Honda. Temperatures a little warmer too, up in the high 70s. Now here's one of the models that I like to use. This is a Vipercast model. It pops up some pretty good rain cells even into the early morning. There's almost noon hour and a couple of storms, and then really fires things up as we get into the afternoon. Normally, I jump on this model and because I like it. It does a good job overall, but there won't be a lot of sunshine tomorrow, so it's going to be tough to get those big afternoon storms firing up with the lack of daytime heating. But it does eventually warm up, so we get into the high 70s and low 80s by Monday, Tuesday. We're at 85 by next Wednesday. Our wave height's 4 to 5 feet, and a small craft advisory for the Treasure Coast, small craft caution for Palm Beach County tomorrow, 4 to 6 and choppy for the inland waters. It will not be a beach day tomorrow. 69 tonight, mostly cloudy and a sprinkle possible. Tomorrow, maybe sunny breaks at times, but not a lot. Areas of rain, showers, kind of drizzly at times, and it'll be an east and northeast wind at 15, so it'll make you feel even cooler. 7-day forecast, a little brighter on Sunday, but still some showers around. And as we get into next week, we really warm up. It's 85 and sunny by next Wednesday.
Steve, thanks. In sports, a wild, as we've heard, second round at the Honda Classic.
Indeed it was. Emerson Lotzi here with all your highlights coming up.
Calling all boaters and fishermen, don't miss the annual Palm Beach Marine Flea Market and Boat Sale coming to the South Florida Fairgrounds this Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 5. Visit flnauticalfleamarket.com or call 954-205-7813.
Chevy trucks always find new roads to conquer. We started with the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. And now, introducing the pickup that unanimously won the 2015 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. All made of high-strength steel, only at one place, your Chevy dealer. Now during Truck Month, GM owners can trade up to get a total value of $8,000 on select Silverados in stock the longest. It's Truck Month. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach, where hospitality and friendly service is a family tradition. Right now, lease the CLA 250C for just $329 per month, the all-new GLA 250 4MATIC SUV for $369 per month, or the 2015 C300 for just $399 per month. We're proud to serve the Palm Beaches and invite you to visit Mercedes-Benz of Palm Beach.
After 50 years of designing cars for crash survival, Subaru has developed our most revolutionary feature yet. A car that can see trouble and stop itself to avoid it. When the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested front crash prevention, nobody beat Subaru models with eyesight. Not Honda, not Ford, or any other brand. Subaru Eyesight, an extra set of eyes every time you drive.
The switch to affordable German engineering. Volkswagen. Save big on Motor Trend's 2015 Car of the Year and the North American Car of the Year. New Volkswagens on sale now. Lease from just $159 a month or $0 down. Get our biggest savings ever on the turbocharged Tiguan SUV. Now only $179 a month or $0 down. Make the switch to German engineering and save big during our big sale this week at Volkswagen.
Calling all boaters and fishermen, don't miss the annual Palm Beach Marine Flea Market and Boat Sale coming to the South Florida Fairgrounds this Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 5. Visit flnauticalfleamarket.com or call 954-205-7813.
Time now for the Honda Sports Desk with ESPN 106.3 on WPTV News Channel 5.
The second round of the Honda Classic with not one, but two weather delays totaling nearly 4 hours. It was cold, it was wet, and we did not see much golf played on the Champion course until the early afternoon. We begin with cuteness overload. It's their world, people. We're just living in it. Patrick Reed recovering from an early double bogey and fires another 67. He's in solo second place, 2 shots behind the leader. Homegrown talent Daniel Berger, only halfway through his second round, nearly holes it for a birdie on 17. The Dwyer grad tied for 10th place. Palm City's Jim Herman, your leader entering today, not teeing off until after 5 o'clock, which is why he finished only 3 holes, all of them pars. He's 3 off the pace. Brooks Koepka going hard down the stretch, starting the day 8 over. But the Cardinal Newman grad sinks 8 birdies. He'll be around this weekend and projected to miss the cut. Yes, miss the cut. World number 1 Rory McIlroy following a 2-round score of 7 over.
You know, I think it's been since the Open in 13, the last time I missed the cut, so I don't like missing cuts. Cuts are, you want to be playing on the weekend, and, I'm not there.
I have so many family and friends out that you almost don't want to let them down. That's kind of how it feels, but I'm glad to make the cut. I think I'll make the cut.
Oh, you'll definitely make the cut. Every afternoon group still has to finish their second round. Brendan Steele, he's at 8 under through 4 holes. Jim Herman in 3rd place with a couple players at -4. Palm Beach County continues to produce some of the top baseball talent in the entire country. Leading the charge this year is Park Vista. The Cobras, listen to this, ranked number 4 in the nation by MaxPreps.com. And they're tight both on and off the field. The senior class featuring 5 guys, Division I bound, and a lot of them have been playing together since they were 8 years old.
Our chemistry is just amazing. I mean, we're together. I mean, some of us sleep over at each other's houses every night, and we're together basically every day and every night, and our chemistry is just amazing.
They're at somebody's house, cleaning out somebody's refrigerator, unfortunately. And so they're a tight-knit group, and the chemistry thing has been there since day one, and that does make our job a lot easier.
Yeah, chemistry on and off the field, cleaning out people's refrigerators. Used to be there back in high school.
Back in the day. Hey, great job at the Honda.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Kelly. Good to be here
A lot
with
of
you guys.
rain ponchos pulling out.
That's right, and cute little Egyptian geese.
Yes, not ducks.
Tons of them. Not ducks. Don't call them ducks.
No, they're Egyptian geese.
Back in a moment with National Geographic.
Listen to ESPN 106.3 FM. Mike and Mike start your morning, and Evan Cohen on the ride home.
Sign and drive all the time. That's Wallace Hyundai. Drive the all-new, totally redesigned 2015 Sonata, just $199 a month. Leave your checkbook at home.
If I had it to do all over again, would I have picked the car that growls like a beast and roars at the touch of a button? If I could go back right now, would I still have chosen Jaguar at Palm Beach? You can bet your sweet ass. You know you've made the right choice at one of the nation's leading Jaguar dealerships.
Hey, Ben.
Hey!
Another chantilly cake, huh?
I can totally explain.
Okay.
It's for a celebration.
Really?
Yeah, I cut you a piece and everything. Chantilly cream and fresh berries.
Oh, so this is for me now.
Yeah, we gotta celebrate that big event that happened this week.
Which was?
I don't know. Finishing the first cake? Yay!
Handcrafted in store every day with light and fluffy chantilly cream and mixed berries. Publix Bakery Chantilly Cake is the perfect excuse to celebrate more. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
This is the Toyota Corolla?
Jump in.
Whoa, look at all this stuff.
Right?
Moonroof, Bluetooth. Is that a backup camera?
Yep. Standard.
Standard? Get out of here.
I can't be. Just lock this in.
Why didn't I get a Toyota Corolla?
I told you there's nothing like it.
Oh, it's so roomy. Oh, there's like...
That's enough.
The 2015 Toyota Corolla. Get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2015 Toyota Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome to the Dodge political race, and they're off. Washington's in the lead, the father of our country as a mother of a Hemi V8. Now Lincoln's issuing an acceleration proclamation. Roosevelt and Jefferson are taking a shortcut. Honest Abe isn't gonna like this. No, he's not, Jim. Oh, they're neck and wig. And at the finish, it's Mount Rushmore? The Dodge President's Day event.
Get 0% financing or $4,000 total cash allowance on the 2014 Dodge Charger rear-wheel drive.
What if you could grab the sun and pass its energy on to others? At FPL, we grab the sun to produce clean solar energy for you. To learn how FPL's solar energy projects are helping create a better tomorrow for all of us, visit FPL.com.
It's here. Change. A change in what we create, how we invent, changing the way you move, the way you feel, and now, the way you see. LED headlight technology and other BMW i8 innovations available in the BMW 5 Series. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit your South Florida BMW centers today for exceptional offers.
Sign and drive all the time. That's Wallace Hyundai. Drive the all-new, totally redesigned 2015 Sonata, just $199 a month. Leave your checkbook at home.
All right, bring the umbrella as you head out in the morning. We are looking at a few showers, and you can see some areas of rain work through in the afternoon. Sunday, a little bit brighter, but still some showers popping up. And as we get into next week, it's warm, and the sunshine returns in full.
Whew. Spring and summer coming fast.
Yes, they are.
And if it holds off, then a lot of golf tomorrow. I mean, that could be a long day.
Yes, please.
I'm hoping too. I'll be there watching.
We need it. No more weather delays, please.
I'm there with you.
I don't want to sit in that media center anymore.
Oh, they feed you so well. Don't even give us that.
Eat like a caveman. There's no question about
The
it.
amount of meat he had on his plate was like
A dinosaur.
Crazy. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Good night.
It's huge. It's bigger than you can imagine. It's Ed Moore's Delray Toyota's Monumental Sales Event. Get monumental savings on a new 2015 Camry LE. $199 a month, 0 down. Or buy for $19,588. Visit DelrayToyota.com.
Keeping West Palm safe is a